All righty. Rambam. The Nazarite laws. Okay. If a specification is not made, the term of a Nazarite vow is 30 days. What is implied? The person said, I'm a Nazarite. He must uphold the vow for no less than 30 days, which means he has to let his hair grow. Can't drink wine or any derivative of wine, right? For 30 days, if he didn't give a qualification for how long he's a Nazarite. Even if he said, I will be a Nazarite for an exceptionally long and protracted time, he must uphold Nazarite vows for only 30 days, for he did not specify a time, in a specific time period. If he specified a time span that was less than 30 days, I will be a Nazarite for 1 day, or 10 days, or 20 days. He must observe Nazarite vows for 30 days. That's the minimum. For there is no concept of a mitzvah. It says, right? For there's no concept of a Nazarite vow for less than 30 days. This concept is conveyed by the oral tradition. In other words, it's not written anywhere, that idea of 30 days, but that's part of the oral tradition. Oral tradition meaning that that's what was given at Mount Sinai to Moses and was passed down orally. Okay. If a person explicitly mentioned a span time greater than 40 days, he mentioned 31 days, 40 days, 100 days, or 100 years. He's a Nazarite for that time. He specified neither more nor less. Right? Remember that this is Nazarite laws are part of vows that a person takes upon themselves. When a person says, I'll be Nazarite for 1 hour, he must uphold Nazarite vows for 30 days. If he said, I'll be Nazarite for 30 days in 1 hour, he must uphold Nazarite for 31 days. But there's no concept of Nazarite vows only for hours. Yeah, an hour is a day. Number 5, following rules apply when a person says, I will be a Nazarite from here until this and this place. If he did not set out on the road, he must uphold his Nazarite vow for 30 days. If his intent was to make a vow for a long Nazarite vow, as evident from the fact that he did not specify a time. Different rules apply when he set out on the way. If he was less than 30-day journey, then he must uphold 30 days. If it is more than 30-day journey, he must observe one Nazarite vow for the duration of the days of the journey. Right. Okay. When a person says, I will observe 2 terms of Nazarite vows, or 3 or 4, he must observe the number of Nazarite vows he mentioned, each one lasting 30 days, because he didn't give a time period, right? Again, at the end of each 30-day period, he must shave and bring his sacrifices and begin observing the second Nazarite vow, because they're separate ones, right? Separate vows, because he didn't say, you might think you just included. No, no, no. Since they're different, the vow is different observance of the Nazarite. So then after 30 days, he's finished. He's got to do all and bring the sacrifices, shave his, because he let his hair grow and so on and so forth. Even if he said, I will observe 100,000 Nazarite vows, it is impossible for him to live that long. He should observe one by one until he concludes the amount of Nazarite vows he took. When a person says, excuse me, when a person says, I will observe Nazarite vows as many days there are in the year, he must observe as many Nazarite vows that there are days in the year. If he explicitly mentions a solar year, then he observes 365 Nazarite vows, and each one being 30 days long. If he mentioned a lunar, If you mention a lunar year, he must observe 354 Nazarite vows. If he not consider a solar or lunar year, he must observe 354 Nazarite vows. Rationale is that, as we've explained, with regard to vows, we follow the wording usually employed by people at large. Now, most of the solar year is 365 long. Most of the lunar years are 354. When a person at large uses the term year, he means a lunar year, right? Because that's our calendar, is a lunar year. When a person says, I will observe 1.5 Nazarite vows, he's obligated to do 2 Nazarite vows. When one says, I will be a Nazir for and 1 day, he will, or a Nazir in 1 hour, he must observe 2 Nazarite vows because he will be 1 and plus, right? So it's 2 different vows, or 2 different, yeah. If he says, I'm a Nazirite and 1, he must observe 2 Nazirite vows. If he says, I'm a Nazirite 1 and more, he must observe 3 Nazirite vows, because 3 and more means the third one, so it means at least the third one, right? If he says, I'm a Nazirite 1 more and again, 4 Nazirite vows. Nazirite 30 days and 1, he must observe Nazirite for 30 days, 31 days. Okay. I gotta stop here. Folks, as I mentioned earlier, I think the class will be at 7:30, maybe 7:15, because I'm at a wedding, so ending about the wedding. And TRC will be like 8:15.